are here actually 1 year later.
See my hands are shaking.
1 year from the first time Alex gave me a first dance, right? I think February is when I walked in here. Of course, we won't count the full year before the February I walked in here to work up the courage to walk in here. And then there was the first time we were together, and he really graciously let me take the lead when as we were at the very end, and I said to him, "Can I just show you what I can do?" Sure.
So she did.
And I took off down this floor. It was the most glorious thing ever.
Hard to forget.
It was glorious to me. Who knows what was going on? And then, as we ended our time together, we decided, okay, I'm going to take lessons. He said, come the next lessons, I would be learning from him. And then, at the first lesson, he said to me, okay, well, we got 10 minutes left. Just want to go do your thing? And I was like, really? I can just go do this? So the really funny thing is, so here we are, so here we are a year later. And he recently said to me, so how does it feel now when you're rehearsing and you hit the floor and you're not just dancing? And I remembered, I was like, well, the really interesting thing is somewhere along the line, we stopped doing that. It became full-blown teaching and learning. And the whole time it was all about technique, discipline, and repetition over and over and over again. And at first I was like, man, this is kind of boring.
What a waste of my time.
The same stuff over and over and over again. But when I thought about it, when he then asked that question about how does it feel, it was no longer feeling as good just taken off down that floor. It felt so much better to have the discipline, the repetition, the technique, until I finally reached a point with technique where he said, okay, now you got the technique, now you can add your own flair to it. So then there I was, back again to that first time when I took down and just let it go. And so I feel just as alive in learning as I did that day I came in. So, thank you.
It's so funny how she always leave me to speak more or less towards the end. She knows that people make fun of my accent, so she's like, now is the moment. Yeah, just about a year ago we started our journey, and I still remember the very first thing that she showed me, and it was different. I was not used to it. Well, you see, the thing is, different is not that. I just said different. That's the beauty of it, because dancing is meant to bring you joy. That's as far as it goes. People have different goals in life as well as in dance, but it's strictly to bring you joy. So if it brings you joy, just to do the twist. You can see him. Just to do the twist, then you know what? That's all that matters. Yeah, so just about a year ago, at that time, 8 years old, told me that I'm no longer good enough for her, so she will not take any more lessons with Daddy. And then Rob showed up. I was like,
replace the 8-year-old.
I was like, all right, let's do it. No, but we've been working on some pretty cool stuff. For everyone who was able to see the first two performances, the very first one that she did was a cha-cha interpretation. And cha-cha has a very different flavor than the second performance, which added a whole different idea of how we can move. It was an Italian song, sorry, I forgot the name of it. Mario, yeah. And then today we're going to show you something that generally speaking, there's a style of dance called rumba. Rumba is the most technical Latin international dance that anyone can possibly experience. Obviously, levels vary, so you can easily dance rumba as soon as you learn 2 steps, or obviously, you know. We've been admiring some of the world champions that obviously demonstrate what the possibilities are. I was telling her, even when we met, that I know, and you can forgive me hopefully, I know nothing about American sports whatsoever. Baseball, American football, which I still don't know why you guys call it American football. Anyway, but ballroom and Latin dancing in Europe, where I'm coming from, is just as big. So we consider it as a sport, and it produced some phenomenal athletes. Combining music and movement, it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you are trying to do it the right way. So we're going to show you dance. I think Sam Smith is one of our favorites. Let's find a phenomenal singer.
Hans Zimmer from Inception
Yeah.
was the other one.
So enjoy it, focus on her. She and I will long ago agree that she should make me look good, and that would be the goal. I'll make sure I dance slightly behind her. And yeah, we're going to do it once, and then if I do well enough, she may let me dance a second time.